What's up, everybody? Welcome to More Trades. I haven't posted in a while. I was traveling and I was a bit under the weather. Apologies for that, but hopefully we'll get back into it with frequent updates and live streams. If you haven't already, click the likes and subscribe to the channel and put the notifications on for the next updates. And you could share the videos, put your comments. You could put down in the comments what you would like me to do some TA on, any coins or indices or currency pairs. All right, this is Bitcoin on the hourly. If we come down, say within the next few days, I see us getting support somewhere here around 16,700. This will be the Fibonacci channel. The red trend line going upwards is a Fibonacci channel, and the orange trend line is a descending resistance that I had plotted a trend line. We broke obviously, but we came down and tested it as support, so it is still significant. It comes down over here from around the 6th of October when we were at around 20,500, and at the moment it was resistance. As you see, we came right into it. So these trend lines play out even in the long term, and then we broke above and are testing it as support. Next point to test could be at around 16,700. It is a weekend. We might not have much of moves, but if we come down at that point, we'll be at the Fibonacci channel and the descending trend line that we had from that date, and close to the 0.5 fib retracement level. So if we are to come down, I think the 0.5 is a good place to bounce off, because there are two things I'm looking at. For starters, this was our lowest low and we went up. This is a wave 1 and this is a 2, and it seems we completed our wave 3 with this wick that we did yesterday on the 1st of December, and at the moment we might be coming down in a fourth wave. This wick was on the 1st of December. That wasn't yesterday, sorry. It seems like we're coming down in a fourth wave just to continue for a fifth. I gave you the target of the fifth. I believe it was around 18,100. So in that, let's look at the target for starters. Where would you expect? This would be a 1, 2 up here. Then you take it to the bottom of 2. You get a target roughly the 1 to 1. Gave us the target for the third wave, and we went in a 1 to 1. We could go for a third wave up to 18,200, but it seems this third wave could be complete as we came to the 1 to 1 and we got a rejection. Possibly that's it, and we're coming down for a fourth. This move up, this entire, let me get rid of this. This move from down here to up here would be my third wave. I would consider as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 4 and a fifth. So, and then we're coming down on a fourth wave. The fourth wave can go as low as a 0.5 fib, as I highlighted, of this move, which will coincide with this support. Then after that, if we come as low as that, I can project to you where will our fifth wave end. So basically, to find that, you go for the wave 1, the length of wave 1, and then you go to the peak of wave 2. Obviously the peak would be down because that's where wave 4 is going for. And we say it comes all the way to the 0.4. Then our wave 5 can be as high as 18,066 to 18,900. So you could say we have a target between 18.1 and 18.9 for the wave 5 after completing 4 if the 0.5 fib retracement holds. If the 0.5 fib retracement doesn't hold and we start breaking down below the golden pocket, especially breaking down below 16,300, that will be the 0.786 retracement of this entire move up, then we will be going lower, and this will be over for now, and we might have lower targets. But for now, if the projection as the wave count is showing to the upside, we could be seeing a low, then a push high. So don't get excited about every move down as Bitcoin is going to zero, or every move up we're going to 25k, show me 20k, 21k, then we can talk about 25k, let alone 100k. But for now, the way Bitcoin is doing, it's very weak. It is moving down correctively. Volume is very low. Look at that. We just had this spike of volume, then volume is next to nothing. Let's go on the 4-hourly and analyze volume. We have these spikes in between, and then we peter out in volume. So I don't expect much from Bitcoin. And even on the daily, we are going lower and lower and lower on volume. So that tells me that Bitcoin is going lower on volume and it's moving correctively. So it seems we might be going down in a corrective manner, and we might have another impulse to the upside. At the moment, now I can give you another view. This is one view of Bitcoin. There's always an upside. There's always a flip side to the downside. Now, to the upside, since volume is going low, I need to show you something else very interesting. Well, sort of disturbing. For starters, let's look at where we're standing with my EMAs, and I'll go to this other chart where I have most of my TA done, the Binance chart. You can see we hit the value area high of this fixed range volume profile, and at the same time it was a golden pocket retracement that we had from up here at around 18,300 to our low. So you can see it was to this low over here of 15,454, and we hit that golden pocket not once, not twice, and once, twice, 3 times, and got rejected. The more we hit it, the more chances will break. But for now, I think we will come down eventually to the 16,700 at least before we get another move up. 16,700 will be somewhere close to last week's high, and we might continue higher. We have our other range, but that was the top range. We can ignore that. We have the 50 EMA coming in for now, somewhere around 17,900. That will be our first resistance. Remember the targets I gave you, 18,066 and 18,900. So before getting to 1866, we'll have this resistance of the 50 EMA on the daily, and on the 4-hourly, your 233 will be at around $17,600, and your 200 will be at around 17,400. So keep an eye on these two on the 4-hourly. Very important targets. Even if you go above the golden pocket, you have these two at around 17,600 and 17,400. These two targets will be your next important targets to the upside. To the downside, you have 16.7 as first support, followed by the point of control at 16,567. So 16.7, 16,567, and then value area low at 16,200, which if you break this, I said 16,300, then you'll be coming down for more downside. If you can see here, this is on the 4-hourly. We broke it. We opened and closed candles below it and looked very bearish, but then we pumped back up. So it's very hard to tell. You just have to keep an eye on it, a very close eye. But if we want to look at targets to the downside, and I say I'm going to delete everything on this chart. Let's remove everything. Okay, now if this move down was a 1 and this is a 2, now let's look at the retracement. A 1, a 2, we retrace to the 0.618. It would fit a wave 2, but the movement doesn't look very impulsive. Say that Bitcoin did something strange and it didn't move according to plan and it doesn't look impulsive, but it is going down. Actually, we need to take it from here. This was our first one up here, and we retraced to the 0.786. Okay, so we could say we had a 1 over here up to the height of the 2. Our third wave can come at least to the 1-to-1 extension. But my problem is this: we had a 1, 2, and then it looked like a 1 that was stretched. I mean, it looks strange. Could this be a 1, a 2? I mean, 1, 2, 3, and this was a long 4, and this was our 5, and this is our correction in A, B, C, and it's over. And the A, B, C, the C can go up to the 1.618, which it didn't now. Probably it went to the 1-to-1. Yeah, it went to the 1-to-1. So could this A, B, C be over of a bigger wave 4, as this is a wave 4, and we're coming down to 5? And if we're coming down in 5, I'll show you what are the possibilities. So if I say this is a 1, this is the length of 1, and you take it to the peak of 4 over here, our 5 can come down to 14K, even 12,081. The Elliott wave count is just, again, probabilities. You can look at different Elliotticians, they'll have it in different ways. However, this sideways range, when it's prolonged and it goes sideways for a long time, is usually in a correction, and usually in a wave 4 where we have these long, then we get to follow through with an impulse. So I do expect another leg down. What could happen? What do I think could happen? And listen to what I'm saying. I think we could go down to 16.7. If we hold, then we could come all the way up to 18,066, or even 19K. Before getting there, we might hit the 200 and 233 EMAs that I showed you, and that will be it. Then we'll get the 5th leg down, which will break the 15.4 range. That's what I think could happen. So down move for now, then we'll have a pump up, it will look bullish, and then we'll have another continuation to break these lows. We might have one more low. Now, I was saying I'm going to show you something concerning on the daily chart. This is really concerning. We have the RSI on the daily. The RSI on the daily is forming and has been forming on the daily chart. I believe we have hidden bearish divergence. Now let's go here. As you can see, we had a high here, a lower high, very clear, and on the RSI at the same point we had a high and a higher high. I'll just fix that to here, the back, and we bring that here. There you go. That is hidden bearish divergence, major hidden bearish divergence. It's been there for a while. It hasn't played out yet. Doesn't have to play out. Remember what happened with Quant. It had a hidden bearish divergence and it exceeded. But that is something to be aware of. On the weekly, we had here, followed by that, and on the weekly, same thing almost. I mean, we have hidden bearish on the daily. Let's look at the 4-hourly. We have things that are indicating that we will go down. But the question is, how low are you going to go? That will only be able to see that with time only. So that's one indicator. Another thing I would like to look at is Akhla Stochastic CG oscillator on the daily. On the daily, it seems we are topping out. We are in the overbought region. And whenever we have like a double top, it's followed by a dump. Now we're having 1, 2, about 3 tops. Over here we had 1, 2, third one, we bottomed. Over here we're having 1, 2, possibly a third one, and we drop again. So just be aware of that. So those are my targets of Bitcoin, to the upside, to the downside. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the likes and subscribe to the channel. More trades, I'm out.